Wanna play something that might be great if it had anything to do in it? Then I've got you covered, because that title is Daughter of Serpents. Such a weird specimen, you'll see. First of all, the incipit of the story. I'll tell you only that also for a reason. There's a serpent cult of thought going around and killing people that might pose a threat to their plans. And what are those? It's up to you to discover that. But you might not get the full picture. It depends on the character selection you do at the beginning. You've got 7 people to choose from, but to see everything you need only 3. That's because there are 6 jobs, but 3 are repeats with little variation. You'll figure that out quickly when you examine them. The last one is a bit of everything while being master of none. Not really useful, while the most interesting storyline and ending I got from the Mystic. Some really nice horror vibes at the end there, more than the others. But yeah, they have jobs, and each of them come with their own abilities. Depending on the level of each, they take a more active or passive role when an opportunity that represents the kind of reaction presents itself. You could also create your own person from scratch and give them any ability you want within certain limits. You have a certain amount of knowledge to give around and you can spend it how you want. Since I understood shit about this system and didn't really feel satisfied by my results, I stuck with the pre-made ones. Especially I found to get 3 of the more unique ones in my mind, that means the ones that mostly specialize in one thing only, that doesn't get close to any of the other jobs. That worked out because they all got a pretty unique sequence in the middle of it and a different ending from each other. I got inspired understanding how this game worked before I even started it. Well, not quite. I expected a point-and-click action game, and instead I find myself passing through a bunch of dialogue, only having to press differently colored text to get more info or to make a decision. Each of my protagonists got exactly one time where they had to take action, and I had to go into my inventory for it. They have a system where you can put your stuff on the ground, an inventory, an interactivity menu, and item combination support. All for what? One interaction, with a jar and a pipe. And that's between all of my playthroughs. What a waste. Yeah, now you get the first phrase I've said in this video, and are probably asking yourself, but all the character creation and their abilities? Oh, it just prompts a different custom dialogue in certain moments and adds you to different scenes, including the ending. So yeah, I did my research and it wasn't worth it. If you really wanna play this stuff, well, I suggest using the pre-made character of the Mystic Girl. She's got a really cool and longer than anybody else ending sequence where you interact a little bit more than usual. Also, she goes more into the plot and reveals the most of it compared to the others. But yeah, I like what they put here, it's just not enough in terms of stuff to do instead of watching. It's not even voice acted, so I had to constantly click the right mouse button to move the dialogue. Not the best feeling when you're stuck 15 minutes just following along the plot. Fine in a 50 hours RPG. Not good in a point-and-click game without puzzles and where each playthrough lasts you 2 hours at most, but even one less if you're fast. It's just so easy. They tell you what to do, how to do it, when, and with what, at all times. You'll have nothing to figure out for yourself. It's pretty mindless, to be honest. Music a bit sparse, but what was there was pretty inspiring. Since this game has a horror sub-story, it tries to mix traditional Egyptian melodies with some 1920s movie horror. I gotta say, it works pretty well. Some real surprises they got for me. Plus, who hasn't got time to stay in an hotel lobby and listen to the local orchestra play some swing? That's always a jolly time. But it feels like they spent the majority of their development and programming effort into making those backgrounds. Oh yes, some of them even have some great detail that surprises in more ways than one. Plus they made sure to have plenty of them be animated too. That sure could have been a joke in 1992. Especially since they didn't make this with pixel art, but with completely hand-drawn scenery and characters. I know for sure that this is a much more time-consuming method, because with pixel art it's much more easy to do character rigging and you can reuse an animation skeleton for multiple ones. When you use hand-drawn methods, you'll have to make more unique animation skeletons since people especially come out differently more often that way. It's a real effort in this department, but I'm really sad to announce that Daughter of Serpents gets a 4 out of 10 out of this channel. Instead of bombarding you with non-voice acted dialogue all the time, put more text as revelation and reward for completing puzzles and it would have been a masterpiece. Literally that simple of a solution. If you wanna see me play the games that I will review plus some extra stuff, catch me on Twitch at Araknie Retro. It's my natural habitat, you see. Until next time, ciao ciao!